right, time to get into Monday Night Raw, August 16th, 2004.
It's my life in a box.
We're not even close, bro. We are so...
The drugs, the money.
I like the drugs song.
I like the drugs and the money. I think that's the best.
Yeah, the drugs are cool. The drugs can get you the money, too.
Oh, yeah. Or it could lose you the money, you know, if you take down the wrong...
Damn, that's some real shit, man.
If you're from the wrong side of the tracks, you know, it could happen.
Before we get into that, we're going to go over some observer notes from that era. I'm going to be taking this back over. We're going full circle with this segment, I guess. And we're going to do the... I got F4W and I have observer stuff.
Oh, let's go. TNA sucks. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have some TNA stuff in here. I actually got a lot of stuff here from I went from like August 9th to August like 23rd or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I got a couple of things here that I want to talk to you about. So WWE's experiment of doing 3 pay-per-view shows in 6 weeks is now over. The results of the final card, which was Vengeance in Hartford, was headlined by Chris Benoit versus Triple H, and they were disappointing. The estimates have it at 220,000 buys, Tony. 220,000 buys was weak. And the 3 pay-per-view shows in 6 weeks they did was 715,000 pay-per-view buys compared to 750,000 buys for 2 shows last year. So the matches that were headlined on all 3 of these shows were Triple H versus Shawn Michaels Hell in a Cell, which Meltzer writes here, it should have done better. JBL versus Eddie Guerrero in a bull rope match, which apparently did very, very well. And then, of course, the disappointing Triple H versus Chris Benoit headliner. So.
Yeah.
So it looks like Sean O'Haire has been arrested on charges of assault and battery, as violation of conditions of a bond, and was taken to a detention center. He was later released and wrestled over the weekend for UPW in Anaheim, and he claimed that it was in self-defense. So obviously he was released and he wrestled and we moved on from this. But,
wow, that's crazy.
Meltzer... Yeah, I mean, Sean O'Haire's a big-ass dude. I don't want to be assaulted or battered anything
way,
close to by this guy.
Him and the Natural Born Thrillers, probably.
Yeah, and he's he's from the power plant. You know, Sarge had a real hand in teaching him how to kick everybody's
Sarge,
ass. So, Sarge is the GOAT, man. Come on. Meltzer actually writes like pretty much how Sean O'Haire's WWF run went. I don't know if we've like talked about how everything went with him because it was pretty quick. You know, he came in and then they wanted to let him go, but they didn't. And then, you know, he did the gimmick with Roddy Piper and then he ended up leaving anyways. But he writes down here, I wanted to talk about his run because I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk about it anymore. But this was basically how Sean O'Haire's run in WWF went. So, of course, he came in as WCW Tag Team Champion. Meltzer writes here that he and Palumbo came into WWF recognized as the champs, and he was ostracized at first because WWF was burying everything it had to do with WCW, including a real-life gang beatdown with many WWF guys on the 2 ex-WCW guys on a live Raw episode orchestrated by JBL as a painful initiation.
Yeah, you're right.
Classic JBL style.
It was either JBL or Undertaker. It could have been either one.
Undertaker's not going to do it out there, though. You know, if Undertaker's going to do it, he's going to do it backstage. Honestly, he probably won't even hit you. What he'll do is he'll go to Vince and say, just fire him, and he'll do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Quickly, he was given the label by WWF wrestlers as someone who didn't know how to work. So they dropped the belts on August 7th to Undertaker and Kane. He was sent to Heartland Wrestling Association as due to his power plant training. All he learned how to do was high spots to work short action matches because Eric Bischoff at the time believed that is what the TV audience wanted. So when WWF officials wanted him to slow it down and do more mat-based wrestling, he did not know how to do that. Yeah. So he went down to Heartland and he learned a little bit. And he was brought back, of course. Meltzer writes here as a unique devil-like gimmick in some strong vignettes. Of course, he's talking about the trench jacket and all that stuff with Roddy Piper. And he was given the role of Roddy Piper's bodyguard, which he even got a count-out win over Hulk Hogan on TV. So they obviously saw something in him, right?
Yeah.
Well, when Roddy Piper was fired, they just gave up on Sean O'Haire, sent him back down to OVW, where he got over strong as Jim Ross's personal babyface enforcer.
What?
Yeah, that's right, on OVW. And he was forced to feud with Inspector Impact. And Inspector Impact was Luther Reigns, Tony. But the company felt he wasn't progressing, and he was cut after doing an injury angle on a WWE house show in Louisville. He was given a shot with New Japan Pro Wrestling, doing a high-profile match on their Tokyo Dome show, losing to Hiroshi Tanahashi, but the match sucked, and he wasn't brought back. Tough time.
I mean, if I had to run a program, I think Spectre Impact, I think my career would be over, you know.
Inspector Impact has got to be the craziest name of all time. You know, that's got to be the craziest name of all time.
That's insane. That's like a TNA name, right? Inspector Impact. That would be like a mystery guy. Who's
yeah,
Inspector
you're right.
Impact?
It would be. Yeah, it would probably be Eric Young
or Austin Aries. Either one.
Yeah, that's also true. And then he would probably just leave.
You're right.
So
yeah, Sean O'Haire, man, I love. He had a look though, man. He looked in that trench coat look. I mean, the devil thing, whatever. I like the little vignettes. They were kind of cool for a moment. But
the power plant teaching guys only high spots to work short action matches is fucking crazy, Tony.
That's actually kind of big brained. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's kind of
I've never heard that before.
Because, like, you think of those Raw matches back in the Attitude Era, they're like, 3 minutes with a non-finish. Like, you just teach them the high spots, they'll be fine. You don't got to slow it down and run. I guess at this time in 2004 or whatever, you got to learn how to work. But back in the day, man, you could get away with that.
No, you're right. Because I think especially we'll see it over the next couple of years too, right? I guess from like 2002, into 2002, early 2003 forward, they started really relying on the wrestling-based shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the matches were starting to get longer. Guys were starting to get more time. But yeah, I mean, the power plant only teaching. So all the natural born thrillers guys that came to the power plant, they only knew how to do high spots for short matches.
Because they were doing angles, bro. They would do a run in and a non-finish and a bunch of stupid shit.
How sick is that, Tony? So you go to the power plant, you learn how to do all your sick high spots. They put you on TV and give you a crazy contract with a bunch of fucking money. And all you do is your high spots. And then you win the tag belts. Doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Of course, they went out of business, but
it could have worked.
So Meltzer writes that Rikishi is not interested in going to TNA. He says that he was apparently told when he was cut from WWE that as long as he doesn't go to TNA, that they will bring him back at some point.
It's me when I'm lying.
He had intermediaries sending feelers to TNA a month back or two, and he expected to be cut from WWE because he was getting nasal surgery and he was taking more time off because he didn't let WWE know ahead of time, so they were planning on cutting him. And he, instead of going to TNA, which he's not interested in doing, he's planning on cutting a record with a Christian record company.
Oh, okay.
So Rikishi Christian album coming out.
Put a little ass on God or whatever.
Put a little ass on God is fucked up. He's already talked about, besides All Japan, going to Mexico for CMLL, but his indie dates rates is very high.
Oh, brother. When did he go to TNA? What year is that? What's that? Let's see if I can find out.
Yeah, find it out.
Because he ends up going to TNA, and then remember he asked for more money, and he's not Jeff Jarrett. I remember. 07. 07.
07. Wow. So this is 04. This is August 04.
So he waited around, and said,
well, there's probably a Rikishi Christian record out there somewhere, so we're going to find that one.
That was
little ass on God is fucked up beyond belief. That's the number one hit single.
Dude, that's the craziest gaslighting, though. Like, yeah, you just don't go to TNA. We'll hire you back sometime, maybe.
That is crazy. Like, Tony, TNA wasn't even like a weekly fucking show at this point.
No, I think they were still on pay-per-view, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, they were like they were just finishing up pay-per-views. Like just right now finishing up pay-per-views.
That's
I
crazy.
actually wrote down some of this, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is crazy.
That's nuts.
So we go over to August 16th observers here. While not announced officially, several sources have confirmed that TNA has made the decision to cease weekly pay-per-view shows.
Oh shit,
So
okay. All right. Wow.
The company had fallen to about 6,000 buys per week on pay-per-view before getting on Fox Sports Net, which of course we all know is where they really started taking off. The money losses were probably hovering around $100,000 per week on these pay-per-views.
Fuck, bro. What the hell?
Can you imagine fucking losing $100,000 per week? That'd
crazy.
be fucking insane.
That's nuts.
Of course, this is a little side note that I just wanted to include here. Of course, everybody knows that next for TNA is they move from Nashville to Orlando. They start filming at the soundstage for weekly shows that are going to air on Fox Sports Net. And then, of course, that leads to pay-per-views. So their entire format changes like right now. Like everything that they were doing before is now being changed completely. So interesting times for TNA.
Yeah, that is great. Because at like one point, I think they were still, right? They were running pay-per-view and weekly at the same time on Fox.
Yeah, they had to finish up, I think they had like something they had to finish up, like some contract or something, I guess, where they had to do like
with the pay-per-view buyers or whatever.
Yeah, like they had to do a certain amount of pay-per-views or something, so they were doing it like that. But yeah, so of course this starts where they moved to Orlando at the soundstage, and We start
That's
getting
crazy.
to the TNA that everybody knows and loves or absolutely hates in regard to Brian Alvarez.
Yeah, right.
Meltzer writes here that even though Kurt Angle has toned down his style, he has already been told by management that he is taking way too many bumps at house shows.
That's crazy. Wow.
He has not fucking slowed down even a bit.
No.
He actually refuses to slow down so much that he goes to TNA, which is crazy.
And he doesn't slow down either there. He goes crazy.
Yeah, he actually never slows down ever. And I think around this time, too, he wanted to do the fucking Olympics again, Tony. This guy was crazy. He was a workaholic.
Dude, his neck was fused like a million times by the time he couldn't. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I doubt the Olympics would even let him fucking do anything. Like,
no,
I
if he
can't
had to
imagine.
do like medical stuff, like he could not get cleared for the Olympics. I guarantee it.
So we head back over to the F4W newsletter, 477, August 16th. Alvarez writes here that indie promoters have been complaining that TNA has really raised the prices to book talent, particularly some of the lower level X Division guys. The wrestlers are worried since they figure this is going to result in them getting way less bookings. And at the time in TNA, most guys were getting paid between $300 and $500 a shot.
If their segment aired on TV, though, right? Wasn't that the deal?
They did have that era, Tony, where
or was
it
that
was
later?
Yeah, they changed it and then they changed it again. So it was per match and then it got changed to per appearance on the show. And sometimes the guys would get cut from the show, so they didn't get paid for the work that they did
Fuck,
on the show.
Brutal. That's gnarly.
So Alvarez also writes, Explosion was a repeat this week as the tape TNA sent to the station did not work. Welcome to WCW.
Oh, my.
This guy hates TNA, man.
That's awesome.
So F4W 478, which is the next week, August 23rd, Brock Lesnar plays his first preseason game against the Cardinals.
Number 69.
That's fucking crazy, Tony. I cannot believe they let this motherfucker pick number 69. Brock Lesnar is now playing in the NFL. He left the WWE, of course, and now he is trying to play for the Vikings. And he's got his first preseason game against the Cardinals. He's been practicing with the team, and they said he looks a little lost sometimes, but other than that, he looks impressive. Yeah. But Alvarez writes, in short, Lesnar played against the third and fourth stringers of the Arizona Cardinals, a team, by the way, which is generally not expected to be any good, and did not look all that impressive, which reinforces what was already known. Brock Lesnar will probably not make the team, and if anything, will be signed to the practice squad.
Damn, bro. It's rough.
Well, WWE also agreed at the time. They fucking buried Brock Lesnar all the time. They say he couldn't fucking make it. But nowadays, Tony, that is not the case. He was on the Vikings. He did very well on the Vikings.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Nowadays it's a little different. Back then, it was not that way. And they made sure to tell people that he did not make it and he would not make it. Of course, when he goes to the UFC, becomes UFC Heavyweight Champion, things are a little different. WWE treats it a little different. Of course, when Brock returns, things are treated a little different. But at the time, that's how it was. Arizona Cardinals. I don't know. I remember trading for the Arizona Cardinals wide receivers on ESPN NFL 2K5 at the time. Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitzgerald. I was trading for Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden every time. Kurt Warner won't throw to nobody. He won't throw to nobody back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you get left with whatever I give you. Because you could really, like, the draft pick trades back then were so cheese.
Oh,
like,
really?
You could cheese draft pick trades. Like,
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Like, they'll take like a third and fourth next year draft, or you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'm fucking winning the Super Bowl. You can take my third and fourth round. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right.
Come on, man, get a clue here. So Alvarez mentions here that Raw did a miserable 3.2 this week on the episode we're talking about. Believe it or not, that was actually the good news this week. As SmackDown did a 2.6, which Alvarez writes, I believe, is the lowest rating of all time. Well, Alvarez from 2004. Things do not get better for WWE in regards to those ratings. 2.6 is actually very good nowadays. They when they do a 2.6, that is considered a rousing success. So Jeff Hardy apparently hasn't been late in a few weeks to any of the TNA tapings that he was booked on. Alvarez says this is very huge news.
That's what I was just thinking. What the hell?
So Brian Alvarez talks about Danielson and Aries 2 out of 3 falls match in ROH. That went 75 minutes long. So, Tony, I don't know if you ever heard of this match before, but this match was originally announced as each fall being a 60-minute time limit. And not the whole match, every fall having a 60-minute time limit.
Okay.
So, it would be 180 minutes altogether if they were to go the time limit on
The
all three of these
distance,
matches.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the match originally, Tony, was supposed to go 175 minutes, which would have been absolutely fucking insane.
That would have been insane, bro. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, till Bryan Danielson just called an audible in the match, and they didn't go that long. They only went 75 minutes.
Only.
Alvarez mentions that Danielson just books his own ROH shit 2004, which I thought was interesting. Like, he just books his own angles and matches and shit.
All right.
You know, when you're the best fucking wrestler in the world, I guess, you know, Gabe just kind of lets him do whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But I thought it was funny to mention that because now he's helping book AEW, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, he was always regarded as the best. Like, that was just his gimmick. He was just the best wrestler in the world. But now, like, it's almost undisputable at this point. And now he gets to book AEW when he was helping book ROH, and AEW owns ROH. I don't know, just a bunch of connecting stuff.
That's fucked up, man. That's crazy.
I think Danielson and okay, maybe we can't do Danielson and Aries again. We can do Danielson and we got the goddamn Hangman Page, age 75. Yeah, come on, Hangman Page.
That's crazy.
Also, just a quick side note before we actually get into this episode, and I apologize for going super long on these, but there's a ton of stuff we need to read here. But side note completely, SummerSlam, which I believe just happened before we watched this episode. Is that right, Tony?
Yeah, it was the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a match, Undertaker versus JBL, and during that match, there was a limousine out there. And,
yes.
Yeah, so Undertaker slams JBL through the limousine, but I don't know if you ever heard this before, Tony, but the reason why the limo roof spot during Undertaker versus JBL came off so bad was because that 5 minutes prior to them going to do the spot, a fan ran out onto the floor, climbed on top of the limo, and began to dance on it. Due to this, the limo setup was ruined, and the fan could have ruined the entire spot by just falling through the gimmick roof of the limousine. But they got him off, and they did the spot. So,
dude, that would have been the craziest thing ever. A fan falls in the limo and he's just stuck. That would have been crazy.
That is fucked up. A fan rushed the fucking limo and danced on top of it. That is so crazy. Nuts. I guess the limo was pretty close, like it was up, so like he could do that. But wow, what a I feel like every time we watch some of The Undertaker, something stupid like that. You remember, like the last time we watched something, it was like his bike didn't work or something on SmackDown or something like that.
Yeah,
so he had to walk to the ring. Yeah, I don't know. Something's always happening to this fucking guy.
That's fucked up. That's crazy. That guy could have died, fell through the limo roof. That'd been awesome.
Dude, what if he just ruined the whole fucking, like, what do you even do at that point? Like, the whole spot hinges on this fucking thing, you know what I mean?
I don't know. You'd have tombstone him on the fucking front of the car, the glass, his real glass, you know, he would have got him on there.
I'd love to, I don't know if anyone's got footage of the fan dancing on top of the limousine. Someone is, it's 2004, man. That's rough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's footage of that, is there? I've never seen footage of it.
Remember LeBron had like the flip phone back in the day?
And that was even later than this, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know. Let me see if I can find like SummerSlam 2004 fan limo. I see JBL chokeslammed him through the limo. Yeah, I don't see anything about the fan. I can't believe that doesn't exist. 2004 was fucked up, man. Someone had to have a camera back there. Come on.
Dude, there's got to be a video or a photo or something on that.
We have to get WWE to release the footage. Release the limo footage.
Release the footage of the guy dancing on the limo. I got to see it.
Dude, wow. All right, so we found the footage. Tony found the footage here of this SummerSlam thing.
It's actually in the match. You can see it when Taker throws JBL out of the ring. The match is like already over. They ended in DQ. And then this guy with jorts takes off his shirt and stands on top of the limo. It's kind of crazy.
That is John Cena, Tony. Holy shit.
Wow, what? Jorts and everything. Dude, remember when that fan ran out and like speared Seth Rollins or something?
Oh, I do. Man, he fucking obliterated his ass,
ran too. Like the football tackled him. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. And I can't remember what it was, Tony. It was like I think it was something like he got like catfish for money on like Twitter or something, and he jumped Seth Rollins because he wanted his money. It was something so
no way. That's I never heard the backstory. That's insane.
Yeah, I swear that was what it was. Like he got catfished by Seth, and he like took money from him, and it wasn't him, and then he tackled him at a fucking event or something. I don't remember what it was.
Dude, he ran like full sprint and knocked him down. That was the craziest thing ever.
Okay, here's what it is, Tony. The guy said that he told the outlet that several years ago he met Seth Rollins at a meet and greet event. Around the same time, he began talking to him, pretending to be Seth Rollins via WhatsApp. He catfished him and scammed him out of $3,000.
Okay.
Holy. So he got catfished, He lost $3,000 and he got arrested.
That's crazy.
It's rough, man.
What a tragic tale.
Well, that is all the observers here for this time, and we'll get into the actual episode of Monday Night Raw. All right, let's get into the actual episode of Raw here, August 16, 2004. We are fresh off of SummerSlam.
Yeah, live from London, Canada.
Yeah, so are they actually live?
I don't know. I think. Was it live? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. First off, this is crazy because we get Ric Flair on this show, and there's some crazy signs for Ric Flair, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit.
Before we get into that, we get the Eric Bischoff wipe at the beginning of the show, which is a classic Ruthless Aggression era. And then, of course, we get the drugs,
the money, my generation.
That's it. Just drugs and money. That's it. There's no sex. Not anymore.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, we start off with the Randy Orton Town Hall. Randy Orton is the new World Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Chris Benoit. I think he defeated him fucking clean, Tony, at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, last night he won, and he's the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in the history of ever, all time, I think. Still.
What's a fucking celebration? Got confetti, balloons. That was not a good idea. Doing confetti and balloons at the start of the show, Tony?
No
Not
way.
their greatest
Especially
idea.
Especially with the confetti, because it keeps falling and falling and falling. And it's like glitter, you just can't get that shit out. It's
the whole fucking show.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, Randy Orton was on the front of the Toronto Sun magazine. Can you guys believe that?
He was butt-ass naked, too.
Why? Why was he? Yeah, that was a crazy
I don't
cover.
know. They cut the angle was from like his belly button right above his waistline, and then it was just like his chest. He looked naked with the belt, but all right.
Well, he gets a real long intro here. Like they let him really like soak it all in because everyone knew his ass is not keeping his belt that long. I'll tell you that much.
No way, bro. No way.
So Jerry Lawler says that he cannot wait to hear what his first words are as champion. And Tony, I know that Mark Jindrak was that gorilla telling Orton he needs to go out there and say pussy.
Oh,
and Triple H staring daggers at both of them. Got a picture of Harley racing his fucking hand. Like, don't fucking do it.
Don't you dare say that shit.
Well, Randy Orton tells all the 24-year-old men in the arena to please stand up. And they do, Tony. There's a lot of 24-year-old dudes out here.
This was a terrible idea. I don't know what his thought was here. This is fucked up.
Tony, these guys are all like 40-something now. Isn't that unbelievable to think about?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, one guy stands up, Tony, and he also has the World Heavyweight Championship. How the fuck did that guy get that belt?
He's the real champion or what?
Well, Randy tells them all to stand up, and Randy says, this is what your average 24-year-old looks like. I'll be honest, Tony, they all looked all right. I mean, they zoomed in on one guy that was like a little out of shape, but for the rest of them, they just look like average college kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
Randy says, all right, now take off your shirts. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't know I was going to get like that in there. And they do it, Tony. The fucking crowd takes off their shirts.
And they zoom in on them. I don't know what they were thinking here.
Tony, and they all have 2004 necklaces on.
Of course.
They all do. They're all puka shell necklaces. They all got that surfer boy.
They love Samoa Joe. Why not?
Yeah, ROH is popping crazy. All right, they know. But I have to say, Randy Orton has the Triple H promos down pat. I mean, there's not many guys in the history of this business that could replicate Triple H at this level. But Randy Orton was definitely one of them.
Yeah, this was very interesting as a first promo. Hey, 24-year-old, stand up and take your shirts off.
Take your shirts off right fucking now. Right. Let me see your necklace. You got necklace, 2004 necklace. So Orton says that the Randy Orton era has just begun. Grand opening, grand closing on that one, huh? So Orton holds the title up, and I'll be goddamn, Chris Benoit's music hits, Tony.
Oh, he's here.
There he is.
Dude, that video you posted on your Twitter was gnarly.
Dude, it is fucking hilarious. Like whenever I think of someone getting interrupted, Tony, like even when we do it in DPW of like someone getting interrupted or something, that's how I think an interruption should be. It should be them looking at the hard camera, the music hitting, and then them like looking angrily to like the right. You know?
Yeah,
I mean?
like, they zoomed in and he does a little Randy Orton thing where he does his jaw together and his thing moves. I don't know how he does it with his little temples, and then he looks to the left, looks to the right, and then music hits, boom, and then oh shit, it's Chris Benoit. He's here.
Well, Chris Benoit comes out in purple gear and he says that your first defense will be against me. You know why, Tony? Because he has a rematch clause.
Oh yes.
So he's one of those guys. Not many guys have that clause too much anymore. I don't think that was an old school thing.
Yeah, you automatically got a match. That's how it worked.
So Orton says, "Hey man, I'm cool. Oh, that's cool with me. I'll do that. Give me 2-3 weeks, heal up, and we'll have that match. And Benoit says, no, I don't know about that one. I came from Eric Bischoff's office, and I'm not going to wait another month, another week, or another day. We're going to have the match here tonight in Canada. So I thought, first thing that goes through my head, Tony, there's going to be a load of shit. This is going to be awful. This is going to be like a 4-minute run-in shit-ass match. I'll be honest with you. That was my first thought.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those bait-and-switch Raw main events that they have done very often, especially in the Attitude Era. They would do it all the time.
Well, they had the 20-minute banger at SummerSlam, so they're definitely not recreating that on Raw. So
then it's actually not bad. The damn main event wasn't bad. We'll talk about it when we get there. But the boys were working, man. I'll give them that much.
Yeah.
So first match of the evening is Rhyno versus Sylvain Grenier. And Tony, this is an all or nothing match. You know that?
Yeah. What is an all or nothing match? Can you explain this to me?
Well, Lillian Garcia breaks it down in the most complicated way I've ever fucking heard in my life. No one in the crowd knows what's going on. No one on commentary understands the rules. They on commentary say, "Oh, nothing match."
No, it's also first time ever all or nothing match.
Yeah, they were coming up with shit.
The easiest way to explain it would have been if they don't win, they can never challenge for the titles. That was it. She did not say that.
It's very easy. Rhyno either fucking wins this match and he gets a title shot, or they lose and they never challenge for these fucking belts ever again. I feel like if Lillian Garcia could say fucking, it would have been very easy for her to get this out the way. But Rhyno comes out here. He's got, Tony, he not only has the Deadlock D on his back, it's orange, Tony.
The
this
orange
is insane.
Detroit Deadlock D on the back. I love it.
And you know what, man? I gotta be honest with you. This match fucking stunk, Tony. This is awful.
No, this is typical television wrestling match here for sure.
What they should have done for this all or nothing stip was you guys go out there and have a good match or you're all fucking fired. And if that was the stipulation, Tony, everyone would have lost.
This is all or nothing. Either you have a good match or you're done. You're fired. It's feast or fired, actually.
It's feast or fired, and all the briefcases have fired in it. You're all out of here. You're all done. Have they done that before? They should do that, by the way.
They have a pink slip match. Have they ever had a pink slip? Should do an actual
Here,
pink slip.
4 pink slip matches. Whoever grabs them first gets fired.
Pink slip on a pole. All right.
Yeah, that'd be like a saw trap or something, really. It'd be like, here's 4 pink slips on a pole in a quarter. First one to grab it gets fired. If no one grabs them, then you're all fired anyways. Holy shit.
So someone's got to get fired or everyone's fired? That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Someone gets fired or everyone's fired.
Live or die, make a choice. Where you sacrifice yourself for the greater good, yeah.
You have to, man. Justice. Sylvain Grenier hits a spinning belly to back here where he doesn't move his arm out of the way and almost breaks his own fucking arm, which would have been really crazy.
Insane, bro. Holy shit. He lands right on top of it.
Sylvain Grenier then goes to use the flag, but Tajiri grabs it and misses him, allowing Rhyno to gore him and win the match. So Rhyno and Tajiri do get tag team title shots against the current tag team champions, La Resistance.
Yeah, though I don't know if you notice here, they're calling him Robert Conway here, not Robert.
Oh, is that right?
It's Robert. The T is silent.
My daddy, Roberto. That's what they should have been calling him.
Oh, during this whole match, dude, they were burying Canadians, about their Olympic team being terrible. I don't know what King was on. He was on it all night for something about the Olympics. I don't know what the deal was. I guess the Olympics were going on at the time, but he's like, Canada should have sent La Resistance to the Olympics. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Tony, Jerry Lawler is fucked up this entire night, dude. Especially about this Kane and Lita thing. He is fucked up beyond belief. We will talk about that a little later.
Dude, he also says something about women synchronized diving, won a bronze medal in the Olympics, and he's like, that's right up there with the ribbon thing. And then JR no-sells him and then just keeps calling the action. It's so funny.
I did like at the end of this match where Rhyno covered his face on the pin so they didn't see the mist, and Tajiri covered his mouth. Yeah, I thought that. I like that. Cover up the mist stuff. That's really hit or miss. Sometimes people remember, sometimes they don't. But they did here, and I thought that was at least cool. A cool part of the match. Cool. But we go to a pre-tape. Kane, for some reason, is doing his own voiceover for his pre-tapes. Which is crazy. But Kane invites everyone to his marriage with Lita, which is happening, I believe, next week on Raw. Is that right?
Yes, it's the wedding of Kane and Lita, which might have to write that down as an episode we should visit sometime. But Kane's up here in the booth doing the voiceover. You could tell because the mic's super close to his mouth and he's popping all the P's there. And he's doing his stupid
Someone
laugh.
get this man a windscreen.
He does his stupidest. I hate his laugh, bro. Oh my God.
I'm glad you said that because I wrote the same shit, Tony. He's evil cartoons laugh.
When he's saying ha, he'll do it like mid-sentence too. This is an invitation to everyone all over the world. And he's trying to get everybody to come see the wedding. I don't know. They're going to be in next Monday. It's going to be in the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California, live on Raw.
All right, man, I got him. I know you're happy about the marriage. But Lita is also pregnant at this point also. And it's with Kane's kid, right?
Yeah, so do we talk about this till death do us part match? Like, this is the craziest fucking shit in the world.
You're talking about the one at SummerSlam.
Yeah, they fucking had a match where if Kane wins, he gets to marry Lita, and she has no say in it. And then
that's right.
Fights Matt Hardy for the match. And Matt Hardy, I don't know how that got set up. I haven't looked back on it, but crazy for Matt Hardy to say, yeah, we'll do the match and you can marry her if I lose. That's crazy shit I've ever heard.
So, JR and Jerry Lawler actually give us the rundown of not only a bunch of fucking matches, but the match you just talked about, Kane and Matt Hardy at SummerSlam. Kane beat Matt Hardy by choke slamming him off the top rope,
Dude, which is gnarly.
Dude, holy shit! We should watch this match. We're like, watch this. That finish was awesome.
Because that was crazy. They had WWE Magazine stills here, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, they used to promote the Raw. Oh, it was a Raw magazine. It wasn't even WWE Magazine. It was Raw magazine. That's what it was.
I like the stills, Tony. I think that was fun. Like, a fun way to do it without spoiling the show.
Yeah, it always sold me on it. Man, I got to see this match now.
So we go backstage. Coach asks Lita about her marriage to Kane, and she just tells Coach that she wants to be left alone. She has to marry this guy, and she's pregnant by Kane. I'll be honest with you. I remember this. I don't remember what order this happened in. I don't remember she got pregnant before.
No, she's
I don't know
pregnant here. She's pregnant because later on in the night they say, "Oh, she's pregnant" or whatever.
Oh, Tony, I know she's fucking pregnant because this segment is about to show me that she's pregnant. So Lita goes into the women's locker room, and they have a little bridal shower going on in there for her. It's Gail Kim, Jazz, Trish Stratus, and Molly Holly, which apparently they're all fucking evil, Tony. They're evil as hell.
Trish Stratus is evil as fuck in this. She's crazy.
Trish Stratus is orchestrating this. So little bridal shower here for Lita, who is fucking pregnant and forced to marry the most ugly man alive.
With the most fucked up hairline I've ever seen in my life, dude. It's halfway on top of his head. I don't know what's going on there.
Dude, Kane is just all he needs is a fresh cut and he looked fucking fine. I love how they always say, this is the ugliest fucking freak. It's like, oh, man, what the fuck? Just shave his head, golly. He's just bald. So Gail Kim, Jazz, Trish Stratus, and Molly Holly. Molly says that she has a gift here for Lita. She says that since Lita likes to sleep around so much, she got her birth control pills and condoms.
It doesn't work like that. She's already pregnant.
I'll tell you, it's all right because Gail Kim says, I know you're upset and you have to marry Kane. So she gives a photo of Kane trying to kiss her on the lips, Tony.
That's their first kiss. So obviously you got to get that.
But not only does she give him a photo of Kane trying to kiss her, or their first kiss, I guess, Tony, Gail Kim then gives her a fucking photo of their maybe baby, Tony. Their maybe baby. This could be their baby. And it is a fucking baby with a Kane head, bald, and Lita lips. Tony!
It's got one Lita eye and one Kane eye. It's the Kane eye with the contact.
Lips on baby. Oh my god,
lips.
Dude, the frames, they took these frames out of Vince McMahon's house. These are the nicest frames on pictures I've ever seen.
They're
in my
really
life.
nice. Yeah, this is crazy.
These are nicer than any frames that I have in my house currently, and this is for a fucking maybe baby picture with Kane head, Lita lips.
This is fucked up.
Come on,
That's
man.
the most fucked up photo ever.
Yeah, this, you have to see this to believe this. The picture, like whatever I'm saying, does not do this justice. You have to see this fucking picture of this baby. Jazz then gives Lita a vibrator called the Big Red Machine.
For those lonely cold nights alone or something, right? Yeah.
I don't think Kane, they're getting married, Jazz. They're getting married. I think Kane's going to be there a lot. He really wants to get married. Well, Trish says, well, you can thank us now for the bridal shower. And of course, Lita walks out. She's pissed. Trish follows her and says, hey, you forgot your condoms.
All right.
Victoria then comes up And then Trish, look, this is crazy. This is crazy hating, Tony. This is like next level hating. Trish goes from shitting on Lita. Victoria walks up and Trish says, "Hey, Victoria, great job at Divas Dodgeball. Who was your coach, Stevie Wonder?" Holy, she's the biggest hater of 2004, Tony. This is crazy.
Good job at Dodgeball, bitch.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever seen this, Tony. The SummerSlam Divas Dodgeball match.
You've never seen that? Holy shit.
I don't think I've ever fucking seen that, Tony.
Michelle, it's like a shoot dodgeball thing. And I
heard it was like a shoot for real.
I swear there was like heat from it. Like somebody got heat from it. I think Michelle, because I don't want to spoil it, but I think Michelle McCool got heat because she was like actually throwing dodgeballs like crazy as fuck. So I think she was like legit dodgeball. Because I think, am I remembering? Didn't the movie Dodgeball come out that year? Or like, is it coming out or it did come out or something?
That definitely seems like a year.
Like a 2004 comedy. When did that movie come out? Yeah, it says 2004, but I don't know when.
Yeah, you're right. 2004.
Because that's definitely why they did that. It must have come out right around there. Oh yeah, June 18th.
Was this? But it wasn't like a comedy or anything. This was like a shoot Divas Dodgeball.
I think it was supposed to be, like a fun little sexy dodgeball comedy. Divas whatever.
Fun little sexy dodgeball comedy is exactly how Vince McMahon pitched it. He said, "Yeah, that dodgeball movie, make it funny and sexy." Okay. Apparently, Michelle McCool, Tony. Okay, so first off, Tony, I found a forum that is talking about this match.
Okay.
It's actually not that long. Oh my God. I saw the year 2012, Tony. I said, oh, that's not that long ago. 2012 is a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
But yes, for 2012. And apparently Michelle McCool had a super strong performance in the dodgeball game. And it was a shoot. And then the guy there's only one response to this thread, Tony, and it's from Joker Pace, and he said penis. And that's it. That's the whole thread. So the forums win again, Tony. Divas Dodgeball.
Awesome. I said if Vince Vaughn would have showed up at Diva Dodgeball, it would have been all worth it. But I don't think he showed up.
I don't think so. This, of course, Divas Dodgeball was a part of the Diva Search, which they're looking for new divas to add to the Divas division. I'm not too sure what Dodgeball would do for them, but that's what they did.
So if you think about Tough Enough, it's exactly the opposite of that. It's like bikinis and jumping around, and that's it. Yeah.
So Victoria slaps Trish and then walks away. Trish has heat with everybody. This is awesome.
Yeah, that is good.
So HBK gets a return video package to booze because they're in Canada, which is awesome.
Even that, I think they thought Sean was going to be there. I thought he was going to be there because like they just played like it looked like an entrance video. So
it did. You're right. It did look like.
So if I was there in the crowd, I would be like, hell yeah, Sean's here. But then it's like, oh no, he's coming.
So we have Victoria versus Gail Kim up next here. Gail Kim, of course, is just from Korea. That's it. Full stop. Just Korea.
From Korea, Gail Kim.
All right.
And Victoria, I ain't delayed in match with whoop. Oh, go.
Dude, that song's awesome.
This is the remix version, though. Woo, go. Right.
So Victoria starts this match off booty popping moonsault. You like that? Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that moonsault.
Yeah,
that's good.
Dude, Tara being the motorcycle girl in TNA. You remember that? Yeah. Madison Rain and Tara versus the Beautiful People. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. All-time legendary program. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I remember Victoria being in TNA was awesome because like, oh, damn, we're finally going to get some good workers back. That's awesome. So Gail Kim Sparta kicks Victoria out of the ring in this match. Just straight up kicks her in the stomach twice, like big style. Knocks her out of the ring. And on commentary, Tony, this is crazy. JR says that we have not seen HBK since Kane busted his throat up.
What?
Bro, I don't know, Tony.
Dude,
that's crazy.
King is talking about, okay, I think it might have been JR, or what? No, it was King, because he was like, this is the most fun. He's like, is Sean going to have to use one of those machines to talk? And then he goes, speaking of machines, what about that machine that Lita was given?
Dude.
And then JR,
stop talking about the vibrator.
JR says nothing and just keeps calling the action.
Eventually, JR loses it. I can't remember what matches. I'll talk about it. I think it's the one after this.
I think
Cody.
It's the Kane match when he says like,
yeah,
shut up.
I think it's Kane. Yeah, he's just like, I don't want to hear it no more, which is crazy. But I think you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Were they chanting "You screwed Brett" in this match?
Yeah, so they started a little bit at the beginning, but then as it went on, it got really loud and said "You screwed Brett." But it was right after the promo that they played with the HBK hype or whatever. So.
Dude, can you do Victoria's theme song again, by the way? Because you do it very well.
I played him as with whoop, go.
Dude, that is like too good. That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's like me with Brooke Hogan's theme song. Like we all have our theme songs.
Yeah, sure. I don't. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's right. Victoria gets Gail up into the TKO, but then Gail reverses it into a head scissors, which honestly, all very smooth. This show was very good.
That's cool. That's good.
Victoria hits the Widow's Peak and wins the match.
Yeah, there was a huge pop when she put her in the powerbomb position to get her up for that. It was cool.
Yeah, Widow's Peak is probably up to this point in this division, this is probably the most brutal fucking finisher they got.
Yeah, what else is there? The chick kick and women's slap special number 3.
Yeah, they were really hustling for some moves. I guess the lead assault.
Oh,
but
yeah, true.
But in terms of like actual impact, like not like a top rope or anything, this is pretty fucked up. Like this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So it was cool. Trish then rushes the ring, of course, because Victoria slapped her earlier before the match, and then Tyson fucking Tomko comes in because he is the special enforcer for Trish Stratus, or I'm sorry, the problem solver, I believe is what they call him.
Yeah, the problem solver, Tomko. Yeah.
What do they call Matina to the solver? So they couldn't call him the problem solver. So it was like, this is Tyson Tomko, the solver.
Christian said something. I forgot what it was. Tomko.
It was something like that because it was just Christian and Tomko again. He's like, this is my solver or something like that.
Let me see what they say.
See if you can find
I look up the insurance policy.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
Yeah, there it was.
Tyson Tomko comes in and he restrains Victoria for Trish to hit her. Tomko then goes and grabs Victoria and tries to hit the mother effing bomb. But someone with a red wig comes in, Tony?
Yes.
Okay,
it was a woman. It was a mystery woman.
Tony, yeah, so mother effing bomb here, red wig. Red wig person low blows Tomko. The mystery woman then goes outside to help Victoria on the floor. And this one dude, Tony, very loudly, as the mystery woman with the red wig goes over to check on Victoria, says, Steven Richards!
Dude, I don't know if you got it, but as he, like when he first got in the ring, he must have ran down the ring as high as he could, so his face was showing or whatever, because there were Stevie chants, Stevie.
I think that Steven Richards and this guy just yell. It's one guy isolated on the mic somehow. I guess because the crowd was so low at this point.
Yeah.
And this guy was super isolated, but it was very funny. Steven Richards.
It's hilarious because they're on commentary like, who is this? Who's this mystery
You're
woman?
right, dude. After the fan says Steven Richards, they're like, who is this? Who is this guy? Who is this mystery woman?
Dude, can we talk about Steve Richards? How he had like the most fucked up run of like gimmick. Like he had like a fucked up run in WWE. Like he's always wearing something crazy.
Tony, as long as they could dress Steven Richards up, he had a place in WWE.
You're right.
As long as Steven Richards kept saying, yes, I would love to dress up as somebody else, they'd be like, all right,
maybe
cool.
he pitched it.
Here.
Maybe it was his idea the whole time. That might be right.
Yeah, he probably wanted to work with Victoria, you know what I mean? Like, so, because they have a little run together and do some shit.
Yeah, they do.
So.
Yeah, pretty good run.
So Eric Bischoff's wedding gift to Kane, everybody, is that he gave him an IC title shot versus Edge. So that's how we're getting Kane versus Edge here tonight for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, okay, I guess. Sure.
So yeah, that's next actually. Kane versus Edge, IC title, wedding gift. And Kane starts off the match by saying he dedicates his match to his bride-to-be, Lita.
He does say it like that. What the fuck?
Dude, he also says something crazy afterwards. Dude, this whole ending part of this match, Tony, is fucked up beyond belief. This whole Kane thing should be studied.
Dude, it's fucked up.
Dude, there is also confetti everywhere still.
Still raining down, still coming down from the ceiling. It never stops.
There's a couple signs in the crowd here. Hogan is dating my grandma sign, which, brother, I don't know if that's right. Hogan is dating his daughter, dude. There's also a Kane, who's your daddy sign. Kane's daddy would be Paul Bearer. We have established that already. Please watch the product.
It's already happened. Yeah. Figure it out.
So Lawler on commentary says that maybe they should bring a camera to their honeymoon and they could maybe make like a Paris Hilton video.
All right. I don't know about this Paris Hilton, but let's talk about the action here.
Jerry fucking shuts us. That's the first thing Jerry shut down on. He's like, I don't know a damn thing about a Paris Hilton video. All right. So they do nothing to a commercial. Tony, what I mean, Edge and Kane did nothing. They did nothing, huh?
No, this was slow down city here. And,
yeah, man. You know what's even crazier is they do nothing to a commercial. Lita comes out here to ringside. We come back And then we're back to commentary again, where they're trying to figure out shit to say about this shit. And Lawler says Kane is going to contact Marilyn Manson to sing at the wedding. And JR says, yeah, is that right? Well, maybe they can get Charles Manson and get a day pass to be the minister. And Jerry Lawler says, what are you talking about, JR? This is the wedding from hell. This is bullshit. I hate this fucking shit. I really hate this match, I'll be honest. And we come back from commercial, Tony. Kane Chinlock. Is this the second week in a row we've seen Kane Chinlock? I feel like I've said Kane Chinlock. Killer. Kane Chinlock, man. Damn it.
Come on.
All right, so Kane Chinlock again. Kane hits so things start turning up thankfully after this. Kane hits a nice short arm clothesline to reverse the impaler that Edge was going to give him. Probably put some meat behind that. Was cool. Edge and Kane fight up to the top rope. Kane pushes Edge off, knocking him into the referee, knocking the ref out. Kane then hits the Kane line from the top, signals for the choke slam. Lita grabs Kane's leg from the outside, and Jim Ross immediately says, you are pregnant. You're pregnant. Leave him alone.
What are you doing? Edge
then runs for the spear, catches a big boot. Matt Hardy then fucking runs in speed of light here. It's a twist of fate on Kane, then throws the fucking V1 up. What the fuck is going on, boys? Edge hits the spear, and he retains the IC title. Yeah, maybe Charles Manson get a day pass to be a minister. What are you talking about, JR?
JR did say, I wonder if Kane and Lita are registered as Satan R Us.
What are you talking about? So after the match, Kane goes to the outside and grabs Lita by the arm. And JR is going on a tangent. She is a pregnant lady. Come on. Kane then gets behind her in the ring, prom pose style with the microphone. And Kane says, you're probably thinking I'm angry about what just happened, but I'm not. Kane says, next week, right here, live on Raw.
What is happening?
Well, why did he say this in a country accent? Next week, right here, live on Raw.
Dude, he started off, he's like, you think I'm angry, but I'm not. Ha ha ha. I can see where this relationship's going, and I'm going to enjoy it. Ha ha ha. Next week, live on Raw.
Live on Raw. Oh, shit. All right, I gotta check next week's Raw out. We are getting married. Kane then says, we will consummate the marriage. Okay, she's pregnant already, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're going to consummate the marriage, and we're going to act like they haven't had sex yet. Lita then slaps Kane, and Kane says, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I like
Kane
it.
says, yeah, I like it that way. This is going to be a hell of a honeymoon. Kane then does the fucking pyro in the ring. This is fucking nuts, Tony.
This is crazy. What the fuck? You know what? That pyro was crazy too. I wouldn't have been in the middle of the ring because Lita just stands there the entire time and takes, because I guarantee she's never been in there for that pyro like that. That's got to be loud as fuck. I would not want to do that.
She looked down and like, yeah, she got
like,
oh, fuck
that's
this.
crazy.
But Kane being for the toxic relationship shit does not surprise me at all, Tony, because he is the ugliest freak that's ever lived. a day of his life you cannot even realize in your head. You can dream about it, you can think about it. No one can understand how ugly he is and how hard his life is.
And he's got a tiny wiener. So there's that.
Dude, yeah, what a horrible, horrible life that Kane lives here.
Shitty little wiener. Fucking Kane.
Yeah, just a rough one, but it's gonna be a hell of a honeymoon, Tony. For Kane and Lee. Yeah, yeah. Live on Raw. It's going down live on Raw. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. She is a pregnant lady. Come on.
You think she's gonna use that dildo? Huh? The vibrator?
Oh my god. Ah!
Would you shut the fuck up? She's a pregnant lady.
She is pregnant. Kane just locked in a chin lock again. Oh my god. Yeah, so Kane and Lita has got to be the most fucked up thing ever, which is crazy because I think if you really want to take down a list of fucked up stuff, Kane's storyline's got to be up there. No, it got to at least be top 5, top 10. He's got a lot of them, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A lot of fucked up storylines in the history of WWE. He could never just like be in contention for a title or nothing. Tony.
No way. No way.
He had to be marrying people and consummating the marriage. All right, so we head backstage after Kane and Lita, and we get, I'll be honest with you, Tony, at first I did not know what this was. I just saw women dancing, and I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
This might be the most fucked up back-to-back segments of all time in wrestling history, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I don't remember this at all, so this is pretty interesting. But it's the Diva Search, Tony. And this is a segment they do apparently where they have the divas for some reason do video profiles of their answers instead of just asking them while they're there. Interesting.
Gives me real season 1 NXT vibes of like we're gonna throw a little reality in here and see what happens, which they should have scripted the whole thing because
Carmella does remind me of Bryan Danielson quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
So there are 7 divas backstage and they are dancing very weirdly with Jonathan Coachman. I think that they just, anytime they hear the music, they just start dancing. I don't know if there's a cue.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they're like programmed to like just dance whenever they hear this music. But they are backstage. The 7 divas that are left in the Diva Search for this year are Joy, Mimi Weber,
Joy
Carmella.
Giovanni, right? Joy Giovanni.
Her name is just Joy, Tony. Joy, no last name. The only person there's only a few people here with last names.
Oh,
Joy,
sure.
Mimi Weber, of course,
Amy
Carmella,
Weber.
Tracy, Maria Kanellis, Christy Hemme, and Michelle McCool.
Not Carmella in WWE, by the way, just different Carmella.
No, they actually hate Carmella, Tony. They want Carmella to die, all of them, which I'm excited to explain to you guys here. So all 7 of these women are back here. When you look at it, there's a lot of names back here, right? Tony, Joy Giovanni, Mimi Weber, of course, which becomes a big part of JBL's cabinet. Maria Kanellis, Christy Hemme, Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
I don't think Carmella and Tracy did anything in WWE or anything. But.
No, I don't think so. But they kept a lot of them around. Like Michelle McCool probably is the most successful out of all of them, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Undertaker was going to make that happen either way. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I will tell you this much, Tony. There is a lot of low-rise jeans in this shot. I don't know if you really see that too much anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're rocking these low. Yeah, come on, let me hear what's up with low-rise jeans. Yeah. And they asked the divas in video profiles on this fucking TV, who would they like to eliminate from the current 7 people? Now, Tony, I thought, okay, popular vote. Whoever is the popular vote leaves. They're out, right? They're done. That's
sure, like yeah, it's like a like they've done reality shows like that before. Like you vote for who you want off the island, and they're gone. That's it. That's how it should have been.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, why else would we be watching these video profiles? But it's not. It's not about who they vote for. It's about who the audience voted for. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna listen to these 7 divas tell us who we think should be eliminated before none of that matters, and we just go to the audience for the poll. But we'll go down the list anyways here. Michelle McCool says that Carmella should be eliminated because she doesn't take this shit serious. And I can see what Undertaker saw in her.
Exactly.
Christy Hemme says Carmella should be eliminated because she doesn't take this serious. I was like, oh my God, Tony, there is a group chat agenda at foot.
You're right.
Maria says Carmella should be eliminated because she doesn't take this very serious. I was like, golly, man. And they got the agenda.
She acts like a dish rag. So there's that.
Well, that's her friends say that, Tony.
Her friends have been telling her, in the group chats.
That she acts like a dish rag. She is crying, Tony. Carmella is like shoot crying. Why did you say
by
this?
By the way, you could tell that it's for shoot because when they play Maria's tape, she like puts her head down. She knows like, oh fuck, she's gonna hear what I said about her.
Would they tell them we're gonna record this and not show anybody? like come on, guys.
Like they recorded it and then they didn't know they'd have to stand there and watch it as they.
Yeah, they definitely thought they wouldn't be in the same room, right?
Yeah.
Well, Tracy cannot say Carmella, right, Tony? Tracy could not say Carmella.
No way.
Well, Tracy says Carmella. Fuck you guys, man. You can't do this to Carmella like this. Dude, everyone votes for Carmella so much that when it gets to Carmella, John the coach says, so did you vote for yourself? Carmella does not. Carmella votes for Joy. You know why she votes for Joy?
Why?
Well, because she is married and has babies. You are a good mother. Get the fuck out of here for real. You're pissing me off.
It'll be real hard because you have kids and are married. All right.
Well, there's no way Mimi Weber can vote for Carmella. This can't fucking happen. Except, sadly, Mimi Weber votes for Carmella. This is fucking hard.
You know why? Because she doesn't want to be here.
She doesn't want to be here, Tony. And that seems to be a real reoccurring thing that I think that someone has made an agenda about. And if I were to guess who out of these 7 probably made that, I'm going to have to go with Mimi Weber. She seems like she's a schemer.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's right. Carmella got the unpopular vote here, so she's voted off the island, right? Yep.
That's what I thought, Tony. I was like, this is a slaughter. This is it. She's out. There's no fucking way that Carmella is not out of here at this point. Jonathan Coachman then says, all right, so now that we're done with that, let's take the audience poll to see who actually gets voted out. And I said, what the fuck did I just watch then? What did I just watch?
Dude, that was crazy.
But the audience voted, and after a long pause here, Jonathan Coachman announced that the next to be eliminated from the Diva Search is Michelle McCool. Get the fuck out of here!
What? She just won Diva Dodgeball. She was awesome.
It's because she took it too serious.
She got legit
It pissed
heat.
off. It pissed everybody off. Stop taking this shit so serious.
Trish Stratus did not like the dodgeball. I tell you that much. She was pissed.
The Undertaker is backstage snapping pistols, Tony. He's fucking furious. This guy is pissed. Why is he furious? We don't know. He doesn't even know this girl yet. But fucking, he is mad. He is fucking mad as hell.
He will.
Undertaker with a time machine is fucking pissed, Tony. He's beyond pissed. He's mad. But yeah, so that's the Diva Search segment. And apparently at SummerSlam, Tony, they took that when they did the Divas Dodgeball thing, they just played the whole thing on the screen, so everybody had to kind of just watch it.
Oh no, that's rough.
Yeah, that's
dude. Crazy. They played some song after this when she got eliminated. What was the song they played? It was like "Open Your Eyes" by, was it Creed? No, who was it? It was Alter Bridge.
They played an Alter. I didn't even hear that.
Did you hear that? You go back and watch that segment. Would you open your arms and sing?
That was the elimination song.
Yes, that's what it is. When they open their eyes and realize we are one, on and on we stand alone until the days come. When they open, it
should have been.
eyes.
I had the lady to mess with.
Awesome. I thought it was Creed, but it was Alter Bridge. It was before Edge. Maybe Edge had Alter Bridge at this time. I don't know because he didn't come out to that. So who's to say?
Well, the WWE Rewind is brought to you by Clearasil Ultra. You got pimples? Get rid of those pimples real quick.
Guaranteed to get rid of your pimples in like 3 days, I think it said, or your money back or something. That's crazy.
Yeah, someone better start a class action lawsuit. That is not correct.
That's a strong claim. There's no way.
Well, Batista kicked Edge's ass while Chris Jericho just watched.
And that's it. That's the rewind.
So Chris Jericho versus Batista is up next. Do you think that maybe in this match that Batista will kick Chris Jericho's ass while Edge watches? Yeah,
that's a great idea. That's a good idea. They should do that. I like that.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if that happens. Well, I'll be honest with you. Seeing Batista, well, let me make this first off. Chris Jericho did not have the girl Tron anymore, which is very sad.
No, this Tron's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up.
Y2J one.
Because it goes Y5J and it counts down to Y2J. And it's not enough wounds, so it cuts off. I'm expecting one more, and it doesn't give you the last one. So it's like wow.
Well, that's why he got his ass kicked, Tony, because he fucked the Tron. Like, probably sent him the wrong video, and then they probably blamed it on the company. You know, that happens quite a bit. Welcome to WCW. So Chris Jericho versus Batista is up next. Mad early Batista, like chin piece, hair, fucking not doing anything but kicking dudes' asses. Real early Batista here.
Yeah.
There is a huge 4-piece fucking sign because Ric Flair came out here with Batista. Huge 4-piece sign that says Saskatoon 92, Hart defeated Flair. Woo! Super long, super big. Flair looked right at it. Shit was funny as hell.
Was this like a house show or whatever?
Well, that was probably one of the more legendary matches. In
Saskatoon 92. Let's see this.
92.
Flair, Ric Flair.
Here we go, Tony. On this day in sports, 30 years ago, Bret Hart beat Ric Flair for his first WAF title win. On October 12th, 92, one of the most bizarre wrestling title wins in history took place. Bret Hart won the WWF World Championship from Ric Flair in Saskatoon.
So Ric Flair won the belt, right? And then he just lost it on a house show to Bret? Is that how that worked? I guess.
Let's
then he
see.
goes back to WCW, right? Isn't that what happens? I guess so.
Looks like it, because what was so unique about this title change was that it did not take place on a pay-per-view, but rather on a WWF Superstars taping that was originally meant as a part of a Coliseum video release. And while Flair had been known to drop the title and then win it back a short time later, Hart remained champion until WrestleMania 9. So yeah, they just did it on a house show and then showed it on Superstars.
Wow, that's crazy. And then Flair goes back to WCW after that, I think, right? He doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania 9, right?
Flair said in an interview, Tony, that he dropped the title to Hart here because the Ultimate Warrior dropped me on my fucking head the night before and I didn't know what was going on. Is that right? There's no way. What the fuck?
That'd be when I'm lying. Yeah, I didn't know what I agreed to. All right, whatever.
What the fucking hell? There's no way I'm reading this right. What?
That sounds like a total Ric Flair story. Yeah, I didn't know, man. I just said whatever.
He said my balance was affected. So he dropped the championship and he sat out, and then he said the match wasn't good. And then by the following year, yeah, Tony, loser leaves town. He lost to Mr. Perfect. Flair was back in WCW. And there you go. Yeah, wow. So Ultimate Warrior dropped Ric Flair on his fucking head and then He dropped it to a house show. I bet Vince was fucking livid. I bet he was like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on here? But great sign. And Flair looked right at it. It was great. So Ric Flair grabs Jericho's foot here, trips him up. There's a little strut on the outside in a suit. He's a fucked up dude, man. He's like old, but not old. Like he's not old yet. He's just
not
old.
yet. No. But he's definitely getting there.
So Jericho goes for the walls, but Batista powers out. Flair is now on the apron, jack it off, just swinging that shit around, causing a scene on the apron. The ref's like, I don't know what's going on. Jericho triangle drop kicks Flair off the apron, drop kicks Batista too. Hits the face buster, goes for the lion salt, but Flair knocks him off the ropes. Ref calls for the bell, and it's a DQ.
All right.
Batista and Flair assault him. Flair then fucking low blows Chris Jericho on the ground, which is crazy. He does like pick him up a low blow. He legit pushes his legs aside and then knees him in the fucking balls and dick. Batista then picks him up and hits him with the spine buster beast style. They beat the shit out of Chris Jericho here, dude. Triple H said, lay it in there, boys. Batista had the spine buster and then Edge's music hits and he's down here. Edge tries to get in the ring, but Jericho is down and Flair and Batista are up. So we got the numbers game, and then Edge just shakes his head, smiles, and walks away as Jericho gets hit with the fucking Batista bomb.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Jericho stood and he watched, and now Edge stood and watched.
Ah, yes, I like it.
You like that storytelling?
See what they're doing there.
That's that clear, so ultra storytelling. You like that?
Yeah, pimples are gone in 3 days or less, or whatever.
Well, Tony, don't forget to vote for which diva's going home next week.
Yeah, so they got all the divas standing on the stage here, and then they announce their name, and then they just start dancing in a bikini because that music plays, so they got to dance, as you were saying. They got to dance.
They have to, Tony. It's programmed inside of them. I would actually like to see what happens if they don't dance. I'm sure someone backstage would be snapping pencils crazy.
Dude, Vince, Batista, Flair, they're all snapping pencils.
Dude, Batista and Flair are pissed. They have nothing to do with this segment, but they're pissed. They're just fucking radiating backstage.
They are. Also, this is the most fucked up way to vote. So I think they might have had a graphic on the screen on the original version, but on this version, there was no graphic on the screen. So it's like call 1-800 sub whatever, and then there's like an extension you have to dial after that to vote for them, and they're just naming off numbers. You can't even tell what number to call or what to do here.
Guy like me is recording this on VHS and then going back and voting. That's what I'm doing. Dude, I thought Jonathan Coachman, when it like first introduced his segment, Tony, I thought this was taped. Like I thought they like did this after the show or something.
Sure.
Because it was so fucking silent. It was so silent. Like he came out and you could hear a pin drop in that arena.
Yeah,
it's sold out in this.
Yeah,
very crazy.
These Diva Search segments are kind of rough to watch.
But yeah, all the women are very hot. Can you believe that? All the Diva Search women are very, very hot.
They're very hot. They turn around, they shake their ass, they pull their underwear up. It's cool. There you go.
Cool. Yeah, Mimi Weber. Coachman was like, oh my God, Mimi Weber's going to win.
He's like, I forgot the number. I don't even know what her number is anymore. Just vote on WWE.com. Who cares?
So we go backstage. Randy Orton is in the locker room. Triple H walks in talking about Batista killing Jericho very proudly. Yeah, we are totally in the middle of a Randy Orton face turn, and you can feel it in this segment here too.
Yeah, exactly.
Triple H is in a full fucking suit, by the way. He was just walking around full suit back in the day, Evolution style. Triple H says that he knows how Randy could feel. You could lose all night, buddy. Like, Benoit could beat you tonight. But then he gives him a pep speech, and he's like, look, there's no problem because Evolution is the solution. And when he beats Benoit tonight, they're going to celebrate like only Evolution can.
Yeah, what do you think of that tagline? Evolution is your solution.
I don't know if it lasts very long, Tony.
No, I think this is the one and only time I ever heard it. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, man, I think that was the end of that one. So
he's trying to do like the Four Horsemen type shit, but the tagline isn't there for Evolution.
Yeah, he needed Mongo McMichael really
and
get
Pepe,
that Four Horsemen
and Pepe,
feel. Yeah, of course you needed Pepe, right? Like, come on,
crazy, yo.
Could have had Chris Benoit join, right? Then you would have really been cooking.
Dude, you could have what? Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
So we have in there with the dog. That would have been awesome.
Okay, first off, Jindrak is every time they fly him out, it's just to fucking make fun of him at this point. They are not using him for shit. They're just making Triple H is just making fun of him. So we go to the main event of the evening. It's Randy Orton versus Chris Benoit, World Heavyweight title on the line. They've been kind of building this up throughout the entire evening here. I thought this match was going to be complete dog shit.
Yeah, I thought Evolution was going to run down. It was going to be a short little 4-minute gimmick thing here or whatever.
But it wasn't, man. They went like 17, 8, I don't know, 20. I don't know. It was quite a long match, man.
Yeah.
So World Heavyweight title on the line. Orton, of course, just turned 24, and he is the new World Heavyweight Champion, which makes him the youngest champion in WWE history. Which, of course, I would be inclined, and I believe I read this somewhere, Tony, that They did this just because they didn't want Brock Lesnar to have that accolade anymore because he left and they were pissed about that.
They fucking hate Brock Lesnar so much.
They hate him now, Tony, but his run with the Vikings was fucking legendary nowadays.
Yeah.
But Orton, yeah, he might, he became the youngest champion. And, well, like I said earlier, grand opening, grand closing. But
yeah.
Orton might be 24 here, Tony, but new DPW World Champion Jay Malachi is only 19 years old. Let's talk about that for a second.
That's kind of crazy.
DPW World Champion, 19 years old, the youngest probably ever, man. Come on, let's get real here, man. That's what we need to talk about.
Yeah, dude, historically, the youngest world champion in the history of all of wrestling, I think. That's what I've been hearing.
That's what I heard. So Randy Orton and Chris Benoit, one-on-one World Heavyweight title, and they're working here, man. And it's actually like a second stage act to their SummerSlam match.
Sure.
Benoit is the early aggressor here, right? Benoit is going to wear down Orton. Orton is probably not even, I don't even know what's going on in Orton's head at this point because Tony, Benoit is on top for like 12 minutes, I feel like. I feel like he is kicking his shit out of Randy Orton here.
Yeah, there's so much Benoit, and you were talking earlier about like telling Kurt Angle to slow down at house shows. Fucking Benoit's just going like crazy like the entire time. It's insane. Mr.
Intensity, man. He really had it like that. Benoit superplex early in this one, like 3 minutes in superplex. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, all right, I didn't know we were doing all that. And then he really puts it in there, Northern Lights suplex. And like, I don't think Benoit, like the way that this match was like set up, it feels like Benoit has not stopped thinking about this since last night. Like he's been staring at a wall for 24 straight hours. And he's like, all right, I'm going to kick your fucking ass the next time you see you. So it was easy to buy into.
The intensity was there. Like, I got to get this belt back tonight, and it's going to happen.
Drop kick off the apron to Orton. Did not expect that. I definitely expected like an armpit dive to the outside for some reason.
You got to explain this drop kick. It was insane. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a drop kick off the apron. I can't recall like straight up drop kick where he falls straight on the fucking outside. It's gnarly looking.
To the floor, yeah, like off the apron to the floor. I was like, oh, he's gonna house show dive or something, armpit dive. But no, dude, fucking drop kick. I was like, oh shit, all right. Benoit then starts targeting the leg, slamming it into the stairs here. We go to commercial. We come back. Benoit's been trying to get the sharpshooter in through the first commercial, and then when we come back from commercial, he finally has it in. Orton finally gets back into the match after getting out of the sharpshooter with a drop kick, sending Benoit off the apron. Orton really is selling the sharpshooter at this point. Hits the D drop, slow cover because of his knee. Fucking Orton then snaps Benoit's neck, Fiend style, Tony. Did you see that? That was crazy.
Yeah, the Fiend.
So we get neck breaker, double down. They have slowed this match down to a snail's fucking pace. At this point, I'm like, wow, we are like getting a real match. I couldn't believe my fucking eyes, Tony.
Yeah, of course.
Orton then with the crossbody off the top, fucking beautiful. Gave it a little froggy in the middle there too. Nobody home.
Move. I love that move. That was good.
Orton is bumping his ass off, Tony. Orton is really like, he's like, you're 24 years old. You're bumping tonight. You know what I mean? Like he put the bumps in, like, and he was selling. It was very good. Benoit with the triple German suplexes here, transition straight into the crossface. Orton tries to roll through, but Benoit keeps it on. I always love that when someone tries to roll out of the crossface, but it can't.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like when like Danielson does like the tiger suplex, and then like he'll hold on, and then they'll try to get out of it, but then he gets it in like cattle mutilation. I always love that.
I always think of Triple H rolling out of the crossface and then back into it.
Getting it back into it. Yeah, that's just awesome. Crowd pops for a huge every time too. Orton is about to tap here, but Evolution is the solution, Tony, and they're here to make the save.
They're here.
And then Orton hits the fucking craziest RKO ever. This dude was floating in the air, Tony.
He jumped crazy high on that. This might have been, I don't know if he was doing the cutter like that at this time. Was he? He might have just started doing like the out of nowhere cutter because they said RKO out of nowhere.
Dude, grabs the head, arm out, old school style, floating in the air. Young man, 24 years old. He fucking beats Chris Benoit. How about that, man?
That's awesome. Good job.
So Batista then attacks Chris Benoit after the match, leaving Evolution to celebrate in the ring only the way Evolution can. Obviously, Triple H told us all this earlier.
Yes.
Orton then gets on Batista's shoulders to celebrate, and Triple H gives him the double thumbs up. He's like, yeah, man.
Good job. Dude. Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
Tell you, I actually didn't know while we were watching this episode.
Oh, really? You didn't?
No, but then I saw him give him the double thumbs up, and I said, holy fucking shit. I can't fucking believe it. This is a fucking episode.
It's going down.
Yeah, dude, that is fucking nuts. I was, oh, man, that was sweet. It was cool because I didn't expect it. So Triple H gives him the double thumbs up, and then Triple H gives him the most over-exaggerated beautiful thumbs up to thumbs down ever. And he tells Batista to fucking drop him. And Batista gives Orton the electric chair drop. And there it is, baby. Randy Orton's turning face.
He's
We're
a made man
Triple
now.
H.
Super baby face. It'll work out great, I swear.
It will work out great. And Mark Jindrak will also do very well after this also.
Yeah,
Come on,
I bet, yeah.
Evolution then grabs Orton. Triple H puts the title in his face. And he tells him, grand opening, grand closing. I'm winning this and Unforgiven. I promise you, you little bitch. And Triple H hits Orton with the title. Orton is bleeding. Triple H is now fucking punching his bleeding head to shit. There is no commentary over any of it.
No, there isn't. When they do talk, it's like very, very quiet, like serious talk.
Batista then hits the Batista bomb on a bloody Randy Orton. Look, man, I don't really give a fuck. A power bomb for a finish is awesome. Every time I see it.
Batista bomb, awesome. Crazy move. Also, blood splatters off his head when he hits the canvas. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is elite, Tony. Triple H then hits the pedigree on bloody Orton. Randy Orton is now officially a face. And Triple H is going to beat him for this title at Unforgiven. So he loses the title just as quick as he won it.
That's all right. He could have had it, dude. I could have thought Benoit could have got it back, and it still would have been fine. You know, just one night.
I think that's what a lot of people were saying at the time, Tony, was that like, I think there was a better way to do this than to put the title on him and then take it off him immediately and turn him like that. But I also think it was a lot of pettiness about the Brock Lesnar thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that they were very adamant on making sure that Lesnar wasn't the youngest champion in WWE history. So,
dude, I can't believe it. 1 month and then it's gone and it's over already. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you know what, man? He had some pretty good matches with Benoit. Like the SummerSlam one was pretty good. I thought this one was really good too.
Yeah,
but I think it was hard to, Orton really. It's so funny because like it's that stupid fucking phrase, Tony, that if you built a superstar from the ground up for WWE, you get Randy Orton. But like it's fucking true. Like Randy Orton, like he encapsulates the entirety of the WWE style almost to a T.
Yeah.
It's like Triple H like created a clone and then like just taught him different moves.
Yeah, you're right. It's like Randy Orton already knew, like, because he's got in his blood, you know, he's already going to be a big superstar, but then Triple H taking him in, and I'm sure Flair gave him advice too. And this was a time when he was still shitting in Divas bags though, right? He was still shitting in...
Dude, he was a little asshole to him. Randy Orton was an asshole. Yeah, the biggest thing I think that people said he won the title, and they're like, how? Because he had been such a menace backstage and such a little asshole with Mark Jindrak to everybody. Like, how the fuck did they put the title on this guy? But I think a lot of it had to do with the pettiness of the Lesnar thing. And, and they found a way storyline wise to make it make sense where like we can push this guy out, give Triple H the belt back. We can get HBK back into the mix, all that.
Sure. Yeah.
So it works out in the end, I think. And of course, Randy Orton goes on to have a legendary career in WWE. Bald Randy Orton was different. Right.
Yeah, right.
2008 roster was stacked crazy. Don't get me started on that.
Dude, it's kind of I kind of do like the way they did this because, like, all right, now Benoit, he had his rematch. He's out of the picture, but now Orton's got, like, actual people to fight with now for new championship stuff. So there you go. Good little setup.
Chris Benoit was super protected here.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
He pretty much had Orton beat the whole fucking match until Evolution came down, and then and not only that, but they made the RKO a super finisher, like where one of them beat Benoit. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And put him down. I saw a couple people say that maybe like Benoit looked a little weak, like losing that quickly after like kicking Orton's ass, but like it makes sense to me to keep the finisher strong, getting beat up by 3 of the top fucking guys, 4 of the top guys in the company, and getting hit with the RKO out of nowhere. It's not like he was laid out for 20 minutes.
No, yeah. Triple H, it looks like Triple H holds the belt. Then it gets vacated on Raw in December when there's a double pinfall, and then he wins it back at New Year's Revolution in the Chamber, and then he loses it to Batista at WrestleMania. So he holds it all the way up. It's kind of a cool little story. Randy Orton, Triple H, then back to Batista when he finally decides to choose. I think he does it.
That's the Evolution belt, dude. Batista does do that, Tony. He does.
Yeah, so it's all full circle there, and that's pretty cool.
It is cool. And that is a cool moment with the clipboard. I like that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was sweet. So there you go.
Yeah, but this title is definitely the Evolution title. It was, of course, if everybody remembers how they introduced this title into WWE, they awarded it to Triple H. He did not win it. It was just awarded to him. And then he said, I think I'm going to have this forever.
While that title was on Raw, he had it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on Raw. And it was only 2002 to 2005. And then Batista went to SmackDown or whatever and took the belt, I think, or whatever.
He always orbited the belt. Like it was always right there.
It was Triple H's belt, yeah, in the Raw brand. Yeah, that was his brand. Because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
Didn't want to work Tuesdays. Yes, sir. Come on, let me hear one time.
But JBL, he's got that brand on lock. The ratings are going high for SmackDown, let me tell you.
Yeah, man, things are going well. Oh, wait. No, they aren't. All right, we got to get the belt off this guy. But yeah, man, that is what day was this? August 16th, 2004 Raw. And I had to be honest with you, Tony, pretty easy fucking watch of this episode.
Yeah, pretty solid. I will say this, though. I was expecting a lot more backstage segments and more Eric Bischoff on the show, but maybe they weren't at that point yet. I can't remember.
TNA kind of follows the same format for a long time, where the undercard is more, I don't want to say squashes, but they're shorter. Mm-hmm. But then the main event just gets more time. That's just it's like a legendary philosophy for building a TV card. It's like your undercard usually goes shorter. You have like semi-main where it might go a little bit longer, and then your main just goes like really long. Right.
Yeah.
And historically it's worked. I think it's interesting now. Like it's nice to have a company that doesn't follow that, because like TNA and WWE were doing that exact same formatting pretty much the entire time they both existed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and now it's completely different.
Yeah, AEW said we'll start with a 20-minute match. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's kind of cool to see that there's like a different company that's doing it completely fucking different, like formatting wise at the very least.
Yeah, you don't open every show with a 15-minute promo and lead into the main event and then have your main event match. So
because to be honest with you, Tony, I actually like the format of like shorter matches leading to the longer matches, just because it makes sense to me. But I also like AEW's approach, where it's like the guys are going to get time regardless. You know what I mean? Like if the match needs time, it's going to get time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
because there's a ton of WWE matches I remember watching over the years. Where I'm like, why? I don't know what the fuck this was. Like, why they even have this match? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, it would go so short.
Yeah, I guess the idea was to like keep people watching TV. Like, just keep giving them those short matches, and then on to the next one, and people will tune in and keep watching. I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And it worked for him, I guess, or it didn't. I don't know. The ratings fluctuate pretty hard.
Attitude Era was all-time ratings of all time, so it must have worked, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. So, that's it. Raw, August 16th, 2004. So that's going to be our show. How about that? Pretty good episode of Raw here.
Pretty good.
With a pretty good main event.
Oh, my gosh. Have you seen it? You heard about this? They're getting married on Raw next week.
I don't want to fucking talk about this no fucking more, all right?
Huh? You see
Johnny,
the vibrator?
Johnny's not fucking here, so I don't want to fucking talk about this shit
no more.
You got
a big red vibrator. Have you heard about this?
Well, I hate your fucking guts. I'll be honest, I hate you.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We'll be back again next week.